name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. And now this is a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever area of your chart you're wanting to look at. And if you're not familiar with your chart, there is a link in the description so that you can go and get yourself a birth chart for free, I might add. Now, being a general reading rules apply. Obviously, you know, roles can get reversed if somebody else is turning up in this reading because the cards don't come with name tags. Timing's far from absolute, and this reading either is for you or it isn't. It's a job lot. Take the lot or take nothing. And the way you can tell is that there is a past and a present in the spread, and if the past and the present that I talk about do not fit, it's not for you. Go and watch your rising sign, go and watch your moon sign. In fact, always go and watch your rising sign. It's the most important one in ancient astrology. So the other thing I want you to do is ask a question. So take a moment, think about all of the questions that are around you and focus upon one of them. Be aware of all of them though, because the cards will answer what they please and not necessarily what you and I think is the most important. And that act of focus gives energy to the process, which if I don't return to you, the universe will find a way somehow. So housekeeping, there's also a link down below for the Facebook page for this channel. I publish obviously all my videos, all the astrology videos that I'm watching. Whenever anybody does a forecast and I watch it, it gets posted on there. Sometimes I post other readers on there. I may start posting some of the science things that I find on there because, hey, it's what brings me joy. So hopefully I can share that joy. And there's also a link this month to a video that I did about the very recent scandal of the moon being hexed by the hashtag baby witches of TikTok. And that's the baby witches of TikTok, not all the witches of TikTok, because apparently there is a huge community on there. Anyway, I had a lot of fun doing that video. So again, I want to spread the joy. So do go and have a look, and I'll be pleased to hear what you think. I must admit, the entire scandal has gone very quiet now, but I'm sure it will rise its head up again. So yeah, that's everything. Let me bring up the cards. Now, this... I mean, no surprise, Pisces, but this does seem to be a highly spiritually charged reading for you this month, Pisces. The foundation of all of your actions is the revelation of like the sacred mysteries, and you surging ahead with the revelation of the sacred mysteries and using them in your life to improve the world around you, and also the effort of basically finding your own inner light, because you've just recently had a new beginning. It's been a new beginning that was a long enough time in coming, and now that it's happening, it's a slow process. Knight of Pentacles here, but things are changing around you, and that whole new beginning has not yet finished unfurling. By the looks of all this, it will be a while before it finishes unfurling, but for you to get the full advantage of this new beginning, you need to do your part, and that is the work of the Hermit, of the looking within and finding your own inner light, and working towards understanding the divine mysteries that your attention is led to. I mean, I don't think I'm telling you anything that you don't already know. You have been working hard. You have got a real sense. Look, the Hermit here again. So two Hermits. But this Hermit also feels like a guide. It's not that you are charging ahead on this mission. I think you really are delving into yourself and into your studies. That entire situation, however, is also going to allow you to put an end to something that has been tormenting you, quite possibly for quite some time. Because I can't see what this Ten of Swords is relating to, but I am getting that whole end of torment, death of something, and I think it's Tarot Apocalypsis, where you see the figure on the battlefield with like all the swords stuck out of him, but a spirit raising up out. And here is what this is more, the body is floating on the, well, it's on the beach rather than in the ocean, but the waves are coming closer. But there is a wonderful halo of light coming towards it, of moonlight coming towards it. So, with this King of Wands energy about how you're feeling, and that you're attempting to cut something out, and to be honest, we've got the Devil card in how you're feeling. I think there's a lot of things you might be feeling angry about at the minute. And because this Devil, the other day it came up in a reading and I saw it as everything that the Devil was supposed to be. Mean, nasty, can I take your soul please sort of Devil. This time, it's almost like he's looking through from his reality to these two chained people with the attitude of, what are you doing? So, that might be that you are aware of someone looking at you going, what are you doing? Or you are looking at somebody else like that. But I really like the image of the two flames that the people are chained to feel like beacons of hope in this. Now, whether that's a beacon of hope that you can grab onto, or whether it's a beacon of hope that you can see that somebody else can grab onto, because as much as you may consider it, you don't have to cut something out. And you're aware that you don't have to cut something out. And you're aware that in the terms of some form of survival, you don't have to cut something out. Let's have a look. So we've got the Four of Pentacles. You simply need to protect what you need to protect. But with that King of Wands, there is the temptation of really surging ahead in a measured fashion. But I will say that if you're in the midst of your studies, especially with this moon influence that's coming in, don't be overconfident. If you are in the position of student, if you are in the position of somebody who is learning, then be aware that you are learning and therefore have a lot to learn. Oh, that sounds preachy, doesn't it? But coming right here, we've got the Temperance card with 2 Nine of Cups. So maybe don't give in to any indignation and anger. Concentrate more on protecting what you need to. Standing as guardian, only taking action when necessary, which again the King of Wands is known for. The King of Wands, yeah, can surge ahead, but he surges ahead only when necessary, only when relevant. Because you are coming to a space where you are meeting up with people who you can consider peers. But there are some people who are also seeing you as a mite defensive and as a mite getting rid of things that you don't need to necessarily get rid of. But they are showing you the way of how you can take care and nurture what you are needing to take care of and nurture. They are showing you how you can be a manifestor just as they are. But like I say, take your time in ushering in your wish fulfillment. With these 2 Nine of Cups here, bear in mind that there is a slight trap in the Nine of Cups. You know, the phrase, be careful what you wish for. So this Temperance is saying balance. Balance, because not everything is quite as it appears. Not everything is, you are being put into a situation where there is misunderstandings. There is completely different viewpoints. There are mystical symbols floating around you that you can't quite touch. And you are having to do some mental and emotional gymnastics to deal with everything that's going on around you. But a new dream is forming, but because the new dream is forming, that means that there is pain involved in this somehow. Now, what you are slowly to be shown is the value of things, the value of the harvest that you create. Now, the reason I say that is we have two cards here from the Fallen Angel Oracle. We have decarbia with recuperation. Now, so this is what you're going through right now, this inward looking and this studying. This is a healing time for you. So, yeah, express some of that anger safely. Don't necessarily act on it. You know, get it up and out and gone. But don't let it drive your actions. Have a more measured wisdom driving your actions. And Andromalius. Andromalius with deception. Now, Andromalius is particularly not fond of thieves. And the message attached to this card is along the lines of, if your conscience is clear, beware of theft. And if not so much, beware of, what was the word that they used? Discovery. Not even. Beware of exposure. That was it. Beware of exposure. Now, with that coming out with decarbia, I'm rather feeling that things are coming out to be exposed. But with this pain that's shown here with the Three of Swords, it's, yeah, things are coming out to be exposed, and they are things that you do not know. Involved in that will be your own culpability in a situation where I think you may suddenly go, oh, sugar, I did that. That was me. I caused that. I inspired that. You know, whatever. But there's a realization of, a hurtful realization of your responsibility in an issue. But again, I think that will help dissolve some of this anger, because this is a healing process. Recuperation, find a place to withdraw to. So again, it's returning to yourself, looking inward with the two hermits here, looking inward to your own inner light. And we also have bring love into the situation, which again is telling me that this anger needs to be out and expressed, so that it's not a poison that's working away any longer, but not something that you need to actually act on. Now, we also have from the Sacred Spirit reading cards, channel your knowledge, critical judgment, and it shows the need to open yourself up to higher wisdom. I mean, it suggests in the book all about try automatic writing. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say all you Pisces, you need to start practicing automatic writing, but it is showing that you can open yourself up, especially with these two Hermit cards here, that you can open yourself up to forms of wisdom that you may find you already have contact with, you just haven't been listening, if that makes sense. So let's have a look what's built up to this, because anxiety drove you ahead to try and build something in the recent past, and building that for a while at least was everything that you wanted it to be. You know, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and the World card. So you actually had everything that you had set out to create. in a way that even various news and messages could not upset, in a way where you were being fair to something. But recently, because of the changes that have happened, this new beginning has come along. But I have to say, I don't feel that you've necessarily lost this wonderful thing that you've built up. It's just, you've finished building it now. So, you know, there's your castle. You've built your castle. Now you're tending the farmland around it, so to speak. You know what I mean? But the castle's still there. But there's also part of you looking back at this castle going, why did I build that? Why did I build that? Why has it got that room and that wing? And what's that twiddly bit doing there? Well, I didn't need that. Because there is more of a balance coming in. And this is a repetition of a previous situation where you have built things up nicely. But what you learnt last time is to have victory, you need a dream, a reason for moving forward. And you need to nurture this effort. So you need to keep on with those studies. And the nurturing indicates that, yeah, you know, that anger that's there, get rid. Now, let's see. Hopes and fears. Well, you're hoping to level up. And you're worried about the efforts to level up. Right. Can you level up? Can you get to this whole new goal? Is there a point? Can you be that King of Wands that you believe yourself to be? King of Wands here in how you're feeling, and King of Wands here in the hopes and fears. You know, maybe you're waiting for your King of Wands to turn up, or you are, am I able to become the King of Wands that I want to be? But the final outcome card we have here is the Magician, with a far more positive Ten of Swords and the Justice card. So if you do need to worry about exposure, looks like that exposure will be coming. But I'm more feeling a point of things are going to be set right that are not right at the moment. But you're only discovering how they are not right through your sense of self-examination and studying. And there's, like I said, there's that revelation of, oh, sugar, that was me. And then so you've got to discover the whatever you've done, and then accept responsibility for whatever you've done, and don't forget, forgive yourself for it as well, because trying to hide it all and to keep it all secret, whatever it was that you've done, yeah, it might give you that sense of power, but it's a sense of power that's also a weight on your shoulders. It's a sense of power that is the nightmares that will keep you up at night. Whereas accepting it and moving on, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Six of Swords, takes you to a far better place. So there is a hint here about openness, because the god force that's supporting you here is Zeus with supremacy. So you need to take charge. So if you're a politician, you're taking charge of the narrative. If you've done something where you are risking exposure, then you make the revelation, take control of it. If there is something where you discover, oh, sugar, I did that, hold your hand up and say, I think that was me. And then work out how to move on forward from it. But all of this is dictated on by the looking within and by the search for your own inner light and your own personal studies here. I'm feeling really, really positive. I love these ending cards, the Magician, Ten of Swords and Justice. Things will be set right. And I also feel that justice is in your favour. And I love the echo of colours even though they're inked very, very differently. There's an echo of colours between that Magician and Justice card. And that Ten of Swords, where the 10 ravens flying off into the wilderness. It's almost like the wisdom that you have achieved through this process is being spread far and wide. However, I will say that during this process, you need to double check everything. The Archontic God Force that's working against you here is I'll just throw it around. Is Iris with messages. So any messages that you receive, take them with a pinch of salt. Because underneath here, you are being called to protect what is precious to you, but you may find that the reasons why it was precious are something where you go, you know what, it doesn't matter anymore, so I don't need to protect this. I hope that makes sense, Pisces, because there's a lot in there, but you've worked so hard already that you shouldn't stop now. And yes, you may be feeling a little isolated right now. And yes, on the very near future, things will only become more confusing rather than less. But that's why you are being asked to hold true to your own inner light. That will sort itself out. You've just got to make sure that everything that you're doing is from a loving reason and not an angry reason. You want this fella here on your side. You don't want him looking down at you with a sort of a gaze of, what on earth have you done now? And that's the phrase that I get from it. A sort of, what have you done now? Why have you done that? Why are you there? I'm not doing anything to help you because you're there. You put yourself there. You can keep yourself there. If that's what you want to do, you go ahead and do it. So, like I say, get that anger out. But that's only as in to express and release. It's not to drive any actions at all. Because you already know what a silly idea that would be. Okay. Yep, that's everything, Pisces. That's everything the cards have got to say. So, good luck. Congratulations and well done on your studies. And now, it's not the dark night of the soul period, but it is the challenges that come through in the form of initiation. You know, that is a factor that's going on here. So you can expect it to be challenging, but what you are building, both inside of you and outside of you, is a wonderful, phenomenal protective structure that's going to give you a wonderful sense of, well, reality and a superb return. We've got the Empress card here, remember, with a return that gives you value, even if it's not entirely what you are after. But the reason that it's not entirely what you are after is to give you that motivation to keep on striving, keep on working. Oh, that's what I could call the reading, isn't it? Keep on striving. Right, so if this means anything to you, Pisces, comment down below. I'm going to go edit now. I'll do some full moon readings tomorrow, and probably on the day of the full moon as well. And then I will return to my monthlies with the Chinese zodiac. So stay tuned and don't forget to watch The Moon is Hexed. Cheers.